negative G's as he pushes up over the top in this purpose-built aircraft. Let me tell you a little bit about Gary Ward and this amazing airplane. As you can imagine, Gary developed an interest in airplanes at a very early age, soloing at 16 in a Piper Cub, and he's been working hard at it ever since. He's pushing negative G's right now, floating over the top like an astronaut. 0 G on the top, but on the bottom, I can tell you he's saying hello to breakfast all over again. When I say that our pilots flying aerobatics are pushing G's, that means they're pushing forward on the control stick. And when they push forward on the control stick, everything wants to come up and out of the airplane. All the fluids in Gary's body as he skates across the sky right now want to come up into his throat, blood into the eyes. Gary will sometimes see rose-colored. It's punishing these negative G's as well as the positive G's we'll be telling you about as he loads those. But when he pushes forward on that control stick and pushes as much as 7 negative G's, he gets to visit breakfast of bananas. Oh, there he goes right there. Now he's got it. He's got bananas in his mouth because Gary said that's the only food, Rick, I can eat that tastes the same going down as it does coming back up. Now rolling and pulling hard, positive G's, where he's weighing at times 8 times his normal body weight. Clocking close to 2,000 pounds is how it feels like. Imagine walking around like that. All the skin on your face wanting to go to the floor, body parts sagging. It's an ugly feeling. So he pulls those positive G's. And then at times, with all that horsepower, he hangs that airplane on all its power. And this is his way of taking a little bit of a break, but not the airplane, as he slows it way down and gives you a real good look inside. There he is. He's looking back at you as he climbs to the sheer power, pushes forward on that stick again, and powers back down again to manage the energy, dropping down to build up the speed and energy to climb back up into the sky for more aerobatics. So he rolls and pulls. Oh, that is so punishing right now. He's going to lose about 7 to 8 pounds in fluids just flying this flight. That's how hard he's working for you. He's under plexiglass. There's no air conditioning in there. It's like a greenhouse. It's hot. That engine's hot. But he's used to the heat. He's from Georgia. He was commenting on how nice and fresh the air is here, which gives him a little more horsepower to play with. A little more sky to fly into. And he's just loving being anywhere but the U.S. East Coast right now. And has been to PEI many times. He's got friends here from Annapolis Valley Peat Company and the Gulf Island Peat Company, and Gary wanted to acknowledge them watching him from the ground today, people he hangs with when he comes here to play. The airplane he's flying is called the MX2, and look at him tumble through the sky now. Round and round he goes. That's right, you're seeing it go end over end. Now, as he comes out of this, he's not flying, he's falling. He's falling with style, but there's no connection. He's got to get the new nose down, then he gets the airspeed back up, and he starts to fly it. Right now, like a lot of our aerobatic pilots, you'll get into some higher air, cool the engine down, turn the smoke off, and take a little bit of a rest, tighten the belts up, turn the smoke back on, and tell us he's ready for more, and he's going to build up that speed and energy, 210, 220, 240 miles an hour, at about 250 he's going to pull back on the stick, he's going to load about 8 G's onto his body, and he's going to climb into the vertical. Now what's he going to do with all this energy? He's letting it bleed off right now, bleed off, pulls back on the stick, he's at the top of the aerobatic box, so on the way down as that airspeed starts to speed up again, he's going to get all sorts of energy from gravity and from that engine, as then that now bites those propellers into the sky. He's got the speed he needs now to pull up into the vertical. Look at that thing climb like a rocket. Oh, and a hard, heavy G's as he pulls back, squaring off the top of what could be a square loop here. Yes, squaring it. Now the hard part, squaring off the bottom without falling all the way to the floor. Listen to that airplane struggle. And one more climb into the vertical. He finishes it, the square loop, ladies and gentlemen. Negative G's as he pushes out now. Hello breakfast, hello lunch. I'd say from all of that negative G all the way around, he's probably just said hello to last night's dinner again. Again, smoke off into the higher air. Cool the engine down. Make sure all the temperatures are just right. Tighten the ratchets on all those belts. Make sure he's insecure. He's in for some more. Positive, negative G's. Pushing, pulling, tumbling through the sky. Nice and slow now. Making the difficult look easy as he slows the airplane down. Slows it down some more. Rolls while slowing right out of energy, and yet just enough as he's on the edge to roll it and push negative G's again. Back up and around. Now that's how you manage energy in a teeny tiny roll. Listen to that airplane struggle. Oh, he's got to get out of there. He's got to get it rolling around. He's still pushing negative G's, and he did it all the way around in this tiny MX2 purpose-built aerobatic airplane. The first really in North America to fly it on the air show circuit. Gary's been flying this for a while. We pushed the MX2 through one of the most exciting performances you're ever going to see. And again up into the higher, cooler air. Winds aloft quite a bit more than they are on the surface. With Irene down the coast, the winds picking up throughout the weekend. As he climbs up there, here he's experiencing much windier conditions than we are down here on the surface. Our pilots are adjusting for that as he rolls, keeps an eye on the ground, and now pulls back 250 miles an hour. Launches with all that energy. You can see as he rolls again, still climbing, getting very near the top of the aerobatic box. And as he gets right up to the very top, the limits that we have for him to perform into the sky today, he continues to roll through that smoke. He's still rolling, and he's coming back down backwards while he continues there. He's falling again, folks. Not flying, still falling, not flying. Now he's connected, now he's flying. Gary Ward in the MX2. And again, pushing over the top. He just loves these negative G's. He's worked as a design engineer at the Cessna Citation for Cessna Corporation for about a year before switching hats to work in a family-operated lumber manufacturing business. And flying is his passion. And as he flies above, later this afternoon, you're going to see him race what is